Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for our Rise and Shine call. This is my sweet friend, Lori Allen, who is actually the same rank as me. So we have connected that way because we have worked together and gone up the ranks kind of together, right? And she is a senior Ruby ambassador with Plexus. And her and I, it's kind of funny. I was thinking about how we got connected, Lori. The culture of our company is very inclusive. And so I have an ambassador. We're both from California. I now live in Prosper, Texas, but Lori's still out there. Is it Vacaville?
Yes.
Vacaville, California. And I have an ambassador and a team out there, and they went to one of your events, and that's how y'all connected. And so then I messaged Lori, and I just said, thank you so much for being so sweet to my ambassador. She had nothing but great things to say about you. And that's kind of how it all started, right?
Yeah, it's kind of awesome.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about your journey with Plexus. How long have you been an ambassador? Why did you join? Give me all the deets.
I have been an ambassador since July 31st, 2013.
Okay.
So it's been a minute. I joined solely to lose baby weight. I just had my second child. Let me see, almost a year before that, and couldn't get the last 20 pounds off. Was really struggling. And I started seeing Plexus in my newsfeed, and I didn't know what it was, but the before and afters were intriguing. And I'm not a skeptic at heart. So my friend told me about it, and she said that you can join for free because there was an incentive going on, kind of like what we have going on right now. And I was like, okay, sign me up, take my money. I want this stuff because I need to lose this weight. So that's pretty much why I joined. And I stuck with it because the products worked.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about our company is it's not all smoke and mirrors. The products actually work. That's why we have so many incredible testimonials to glean from and to learn from. So did you decide to work the business right off the bat, or how did the business side of Lori Allen come out?
No, I did not want to work a business. In fact, it was actually funny. When I joined, I was with another network marketing company, not as a business builder. I had joined a jewelry company, and I thought the jewelry was really cute. And I was getting ready to go to Africa on a mission trip, and I needed to raise some money. So I decided to sell this jewelry on the side to kind of stack some money away for my mission trip. So when I was going to do jewelry bars, my friend that I signed up with Plexus with, she was like, oh, tell them about Plexus. When you're at the beauty salon, tell them about Plexus. And I'm like, I'm not telling anybody about Plexus. Like, I'm taking this for me, and that's it. So I just wanted to get the product for myself. But pretty quickly, I started seeing results. People started seeing results in me. Like, I remember I was walking through work a couple weeks after I'd started, and my boss was like, are you losing weight? And I'm like, I don't know. Am I losing weight? And I'm like, I don't know. And it was really easy for me to share about it. And then people, of course, like me, they wanted it. So I'm like, here, I guess you can get it from my website. So I started getting a couple customers. You know what I mean? Couple customers, couple ambassadors, because, who doesn't want wholesale? Still didn't really see it as a business. It was just kind of like a side thing until I was pregnant with my third child. And at this point, my health had completely transformed. I knew people needed this, and I just needed to get out of my shell and actually actively share about it. And that was kind of how my mind shifted to a business, because I didn't want to go back to work. I hated going back to work with my second child. It was horrible. Like, I literally bawled my eyes out for months. And when I first found out about Plexus, it was so funny. I was literally talking to my friend who signed me up in her driveway crying because I'm like, I don't want to work. I hate it. I want to be with my kids. So when I was pregnant with Jude, I was like, I'm not going back to work. Like, I drew my line in the sand, and I'm like, I'm going to work this as a business to the best of my ability because I need to replace my income. So that's kind of how it started. So I've been with Plexus since 2013, but I've been building a business actively since about June of 2015.
Okay, so there was a little trial time for you to see, kind of feel it out, and then when that third baby came. So that means that you were lucky enough to experience a plexus pregnancy.
I was. It
See,
was
that is something
amazing.
I wish so badly that I would have had the opportunity to do. And no, y'all don't get any ideas. We're not that excited to try it. But tell me a little bit about like some misconceptions maybe that you had about network marketing or building a business with Plexus. Like, what did you think? What is something that's out there in the population that's false about network marketing when it comes to Plexus?
Well, see, Plexus, like for me, I felt like I would really have to be a salesperson, and that does not work with this business. One of the things I love about it is it genuinely helps people, and I'm somebody who loves to help people. So if I find an opportunity to share something with somebody that I know is going to help them, I will. I don't feel like I'm having to be like, hey, buy this, buy that, try this, try that. You know what I mean? It feels more organic to me. And a misconception I had was I don't ever want to sell anything because I didn't want to be that person. You know, people be like, oh, you know, just I don't want people to feel like they needed to buy one more thing they didn't need. Were coming from my experience, like I needed these products. Like to this day, even my husband will be like, order my stuff. Like I mean, people need this. If you're committed to your health, people are going to take this because, I mean, they're the best products I've ever tried. And I used to take all kinds of supplements before I found Plexus because I was like a physical hot mess. And I just thought that that was normal because it's hereditary, which is what my mom said, my doctor said, but it really wasn't. My body was just really, really out of balance.
So taking that mentality that, oh, well, my mom had it or my dad had it, so I'm going to have it. Isn't that a total like shift in mindset when you realize that you actually have the tools to be able to turn some of that around? Like, isn't that
Yeah.
like the biggest moment when you realize I actually could do like I'm not gonna have to live this life like this, you know? It's incredible.
It was incredible, especially like you mentioned my Plexus pregnancy.
Yeah.
I've had high blood pressure since I was in high school. And that's my mom, my grandpa, it like runs in my family. So I'm 17 years old with this ridiculously high blood pressure. And they're like, it's hereditary, it's hereditary. And, you know, stress on the body, like being pregnant, I was high risk with my first two babies. And with Plexus, because my body was balanced, it was perfect. And I had no idea. And with that, you know, you feel good, you work out more, you make better food choices. I've been able to maintain a healthy weight. And I mean, I'm Portuguese. My family is large and in charge for the most part, except for the one skinny sister that, you know, everybody hates. Sorry, my computer's acting up. But yeah, I'm like, if you go to like family functions, you're like, oh, the Allens are like this, and everybody else is really robust. So
That's incredible. That's so awesome. Is there an ambassador in the company, not necessarily in your upline, but just one that you kind of have watched from afar that you've really learned from? Like just somebody besides me. Just kidding. Just somebody that you admire, that you like how they work their business and that you might watch some of their, you know, go to their page for trainings, even though it's not really your team or.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about that.
I get very inspired by a lot of ambassadors, but one of the ones that just instantly comes to mind that I love to watch is Rachel Rogers. And I have been watching her since she was a senior gold ambassador, started following her on Instagram, watching some of her YouTube channels. And I've watched her like rank advance, but I've also watched her just amazing faith and the beautiful platform that she's created for herself, you know, sharing about the Lord and what he's done in her life. And you know, I found myself years ago when she shared so, you know, vulnerably about, you know, losing her first pregnancy, you know, just praying for her and her husband. And I don't even know her, you know what I mean? Like we know each other, you know, I know her through like social media and I've met her, you know, at events and stuff, but very, very inspiring because it showed me, well, first of all, she's not a diamond yet. So it shows me that she is consistent. She continues to work her business. She continues to love on people. She is growing in so many other areas of her life, you know, and God is blessing that part of her life too. So I get inspired by a lot of people, but I love that because especially someone like me who's been with Plexus for so long, you can be very discouraged sometimes thinking that you're not, you know, Celeste Gwynn and I'm not a diamond in 6 months, you know. But when you're consistent and, you know, you obviously love people, and she shares about Plexus in a very nice, organic way, which I like. She's not spammy. Like I do have some friends who kill it in Plexus, but they're like, I love them, but their feed is like, ring, ring. It's like every day a bag of Slim. And I'm like, there has to be, I don't want to be that person. You know, I don't want people to be like, oh, Lori's trying to, I mean, I really want people to feel my heart. And that is why I have just been drawn to her even more so in the last few years, because she's just somebody that I feel like anybody can look up to.
Absolutely. I have enjoyed her journey as well. I don't know her either. But seeing her transformation, her health transformation, her skin transformation, her ability to have a baby. I mean, all of those things have been such a blessing to watch. And you're totally right. We just sit back and don't even realize, even at our levels, even at our, you know, senior ruby, even gold, senior gold levels, silvers, we don't realize the power that we have in empowering people and in helping people see a different side to their life than what they might be experiencing now. So I would say that one of the biggest blessings of learning this business has been the personal development side, because it's so much more than just slinging products, you know. Tell me about some of the personal development type things that you've done that are, or, you know, maybe a book maybe that you've read or something like that has empowered you and helped you in your journey. And my cat, oh my goodness, these cats,
Mine's right here.
they sleep like 24 hours a day. Why now? I will never know, but okay, ignore. Sorry.
At least Ezra's sleeping.
I know, you're lucky.
It's funny you should say that. I actually just finished Girl Stop Apologizing this morning. Fabulous book. And one of the things I love that I think it's so easy for people to do is you think of like and this was so good. It was like one of the last few chapters I was reading. It's like you think of a goal you want to hit and then you put like a timeline on it. And if you don't hit it in this goal, you're on to the next thing and you're on to the next thing. And I know you see that a lot. But the thing is, if you really have a long-term goal and dream for yourself, you can't put a timeline on it. Like you have to keep pushing forward. And she was sharing how it took her, you know, 8 years to hit one of her goals. And she's like, if I would have put, you know, like a year timeline on it and then gave up, like I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I'm like, and that is so, so good, because you have to keep pushing toward it and failing forward, because when you first start doing something, you're not going to be great at it. So like, I talked about Celeste earlier. I can't compare myself to someone like her because I didn't have the, you know, the knowledge and the experience and the stuff, you know, I didn't have anything like that. So I can't be like, well, she made diamond in 6 months. If I don't make diamond in 6 months, then I'm going to quit. You know what I mean? So it's really it's just really long-term vision, you know, and I feel like that's given me a lot of self-development, because just like anything else, you know, with diets, with exercise, with, you know, should I do HIIT? Should I do more cardio? Should I do more strength training? Should I lift heavy? Should I do keto? Should I do Whole30? And then you're jumping from this. And I don't want to live my life like that. You know, I feel like God puts dreams and visions in your heart for a reason. And then he gives you the tools to accomplish them as long as you can stay focused. And that takes a lot of discipline and a lot of self-development. And I needed that. Like I tell people, when I first joined Plexus, I was probably the most cynical, negative, crappy person you would have ever met. And if you know me today, I try to be, you know, pretty much optimistic. You know, I choose my moods. I choose how I get to respond to things. I choose what I put out in the world. I choose not to complain. I choose to be an example, you know, for my daughter, for my kids, you know, to be somebody that my husband looks forward to coming home to at night, because I was like Miss Cranky Pants before, like everything was negative. So I can say it's definitely been a lot of learning and self-development through this process, constantly sharing, putting yourself out there, running a team, doing the best you can, failing at a lot of stuff, not hitting goals that you set for yourself. I don't know, a lot of people know this, but this was a huge thing. I was literally like within 15 people away from going Emerald last July, and I didn't hit it. And I didn't hit it at the 11th hour. I was 15 people shy from ordering, and I was on the phone, I was texting, I was on my laptop, and I missed it. It was devastating because, when you join Plexus, Emerald that's what your focus is.
Yeah.
And to not hit that and then have to pick yourself up from there and keep going forward, it could be a really hard thing. But that's what you learn when you self-develop, I could have just blew it off and said, oh, it's not for me. I gave my best. It's not going to work. But you can't do that.
You're so right. I have seen people do that, almost hit a goal and then not hit it, and then not even come anywhere close the next month because they've given up and they just think, oh, it's not for me. But here you are, still standing, still rocking it, still inspiring, almost a full year after that. So I know that I really enjoy following you and watching you. I've only met you a couple times in person, but it's definitely, I feel like I know you because of how you present yourself online. And I know all your kids and your husband. And so I think you do a really great job.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to ask you, since we're only in our 10th year with Plexus, is there a time in your life, like you were talking about Grumpy Lori, was there a time in your life that if you could go back and have Plexus be a part of your life at that point, when would that be? Because you already got a pregnancy. That would be mine. But what is yours?
Mine would be, I don't know, my video keeps turning off. Zoom does not like me. Mine would be definitely after I had Seth. Maybe even before that. I was like addicted to energy drinks. That was like my jam. I don't know if you guys have Go Girl in Texas, but Go Girl is like the thing here. And I probably drank 2 or 3 of them every day. I lived off of Lean Cuisines and Go Girls, and it was awful. Like when I think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I was a calorie counter. I was like, I didn't count chemicals, I counted calories. And I was tired all the time, and I just felt really crappy. I was sick all the time, probably because I was killing off my gut flora. Like I didn't know what I didn't know. So if I probably could have had that, I want to say like 2007, 8 would have been incredible. But I didn't find out about it until 2013. But yeah, gosh, that's one of the things. Like my daughter's been taking Plexus since she was she was like 7, 8 years old. She's been getting her probiotics in. My kids are never sick. I remember last year, it was my son's first year in kindergarten. He was the only kid, including his teacher, that were not out with this horrible flu that was going around. My son was like healthy as can be, and he does not sleep. So, you think kids that have trouble sleeping, all of this stuff, their immune systems are usually down. And he was a C-section baby, which usually have a lower immune system anyway. So my kids are super healthy. I'm super thankful that at least, I got my kids on good supplements at a young age because I didn't realize how much we needed them. I used to take a freaking $5 one a day when I was younger, and I thought I was doing my body good. Got to take my vitamin. I don't know what it is. Don't know what's in it. Totally synthetic, but.
I'm with you. I remember taking, oh my gosh, that one to make your nail and hair grow, your nails and hair grow.
Hair, skin, and nails.
Oh my gosh. I took that thing religiously with 0 results for 3 years. And I just swore that I had to do that. Like, no, like you said, you don't know what you don't know. So yeah, I'm just so glad that you took the time to come on here today to share and shine your bright light with some of our team.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Isn't it fun? Who doesn't love talking about something that we're so passionate about, right? So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. If I could ever reciprocate, you let me know. I would love to come on and help you with anything that your team needs.
Oh,
But
I'd love that.
is there anything you want to say in closing to anyone that might be considering the business or Plexus or both?
I would definitely tell people to give it a try. Like you might not be sure if you can do it, but I would definitely jump in and try because you never know whose lives you're going to help. There's so many people. They might not have stuck with the business on my team, but their health transformations have been incredible. So just being a part of being able to share that, and it could have been somebody who found out about it from like a level 1 or level 2 of mine. Like that's all like a ripple effect of me sharing initially. And it's incredible to be able to, see people get off medications, get off the couch, start moving. It's really amazing. And it could really benefit your family. So even if you don't want to be home full time, it gives you so many more options, I feel. So you get to benefit, financially, and you get to benefit by just helping people in their everyday life. It really is a great feeling. So I would definitely encourage you to, if you haven't tried the products yet, try the products, be consistent on the products. And even if you join for wholesale, consider sharing with people because you really could change their life.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to have a large customer base in order to get your products at least paid for and then some. So, that's something that I try to tell my people all the time, like, let me help you, work with you, show you all the things that I do so that if this is something, I feel like it's my job to show them. And if it's something they want to run with, that's great. If it's not, get healthy anyway, right? It's a win-win. All right. Well, thank you so much, Lori. We appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good night, everybody.